Good morning everyone, hope you're all well and welcome to another FPL video. Today we're gonna talk team selection for me, so I'm gonna share with you how my team will look for Gaming 35. I'm gonna give you guys my current plans about some potential transfers that I'm looking to do, and also we're gonna talk about potentially different captain than Haaland, so we'll see what will happen with that. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate the support on the channel, and I would appreciate if some of you that are watching the videos regularly would sub to the channel, and it would be amazing for me if I could somehow get close to 100 subs until the end of this season, and then next season I will start making videos from back home once again. So yeah, thanks everyone, I appreciate it. Now let's start. As you can see on the screen, for Gaming 34 my final point tally is 115 points, so it's a good gaming for me, for my team, and lots of returns. As you can see, most of the players got couple of returns, only Solly March, Trippier and Ben White with 2 points. The rest of the team delivered at least something. And on the bench is Botman with an assist, but I'm not too worried about that. I think benching him was the correct play. And yeah, Haaland captain, 32 points from him. Salah outscored him actually this week. So shout out to all of the brave people that did captain Salah instead of Haaland, and still an amazing 50 points from him for this game week. So I'm super happy that I stuck with him and that he's still starting games from Brighton. That's super important for me at the moment. So with this 115 points, my overall rank right now is 825 in the world. So it's a green arrow from last week. I was a little bit higher, but the last games switched that around. I was around 700, but still I'm super happy as long as I'm in the top 1k. This is a huge success for me. Now let's move to the Gaming 35 team and see how it looks at the moment. So let's just wait till it loads up. So here is the not the final. Here is the current team for Gaming 35. Let's start from the goalkeeper spot. So still will be my goalkeeper for this game week. He plays Everton at home, and Raya will be on the bench. And the fact that still is starting games for Brighton means that I will stay with these two goalkeepers until the end of the season, and I won't waste a transfer on a goalkeeper. So still will be starting for me for this game week. Now moving into the defense. I'm quite happy about starting Minks against Wolves away and Trent against Brentford at home. Now the third defensive spot, I have Trippier at the moment starting, and Ben White is on the bench and Botman as well, because I don't think that Newcastle versus Arsenal game is going to have any clean sheets. I think it will be a high scoring game. And like I said, Trippier is currently starting for me, but I think that could change. I might make some transfers and end up benching Trippier for this game week. I will show you guys later the plan. Into the midfield, I am happy with my midfield. I'm happy with having Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Also Salah, Brentford at home, a potential captaincy option for me for this game week. So we'll see what happens with that. Now the two Brighton players, Mitoma and March, are a possible concern because lately Brighton have been rotating around a lot. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with these two players. March got benched last game, Mitoma the game before, so I do wonder if that will continue, but it's too late for me to change one Brighton asset for another Brighton asset, so I will just have to stick with those two and hope that they will deliver points in the near future, so I'm not looking at any changes in my midfield. And then in the attack, Haaland is going to start for me for this game. And for the second spot, Oli Watkins currently starting, but it kind of feels wrong benching Solanke, who will play Chelsea at home, and Chelsea look awful at the moment. They look like conceding 2 or 3 goals in every game. So maybe the correct play here is to play Solanke, but I am having a problem figuring out who to bench for him. So this is, like I said, Ben White and Botman are also on the bench, and they will stay on the bench. So this is the team currently. Now let's look at some transfers that I'm thinking to do. So one very important thing to consider for this game week is the fact that Man City play the early kickoff. So they play Saturday at 3 o'clock. And I know it sucks making your team by using early team news, but sometimes it has to be done. I usually don't do it. I usually lock my team in the day before. So if it's a Saturday deadline, I usually lock my team on Friday night. But this week, I think I feel the pressure that I have to try my best to keep my transfer until the last couple of minutes, because if there are some team news that Alvarez, for example, is starting for Man City, and Haaland gets a potential rest, that could be very important for this game week. If that happens, that my transfer for this week would most likely be Oli Watkins to Alvarez, who is in an amazing form, and the only concern for him is the fact that I'm not sure how many minutes he will get. But if I hear that or if Pep says today in the press conference that he's thinking about starting Alvarez and resting Haaland, then the plan is to transfer in Alvarez for this game week, and then in this case my captain would be Salah against Brentford at home. So if this is the case, I would go for a differential captain. I would go against this Haaland captaincy. So that's one interesting option. So I think the Kevin De Bruyne's injury news will be important. The most important thing actually for this decision, because if KDB is injured, then Alvarez will most likely start the game. So I will wait for the press conference later today and see if KDB is ready for this game or not. If he's not, then this transfer is very likely for me to do. And like I said, if I do this transfer, I will captain Salah, and if I want to, I could also do Ben White out of the team for a -4 hit, and in his place I have enough funds to get John Stones potentially as well. So like I said, I think Man City have been conceding goals recently, but I think they are the best team in the league, and they will win the league comfortably, and I think they will keep lots of clean sheets in the last couple of game weeks. Plus John Stones is super attacking and super dangerous at the moment. So I could potentially go for a -4 and get in John Stones, and then bench Trippier and play Stones instead of him. Now if I decide to go without Alvarez and I keep Oli Watkins for one more game week, then like you can see, I can't afford John Stones for Ben White. In this case, my one free transfer would most likely be Ben White out of the team for a Man United defender. So either Luke Shaw or I'm looking at Diogo Dalot potentially, because of the fact that Luke Shaw plays as a central defender at the moment, and I don't think he will play as a left back until the end of the season. So I would rather get the more attacking Diogo Dalot. So like I said, if I decide to keep Watkins and don't get in Alvarez, and I stick with Haaland captain, then my transfer for this week would be Diogo Dalot in for Ben White. and then I would bench Trippier and Botman and play Diogo Dalot for this game week. So this is the second option for me. These are the transfers that I'm looking to do, and like I said, like I already said, based on the transfers, I'm going to decide who my captain is going to be for this week. If I have a feeling that Haaland might get benched or arrested against Leeds, then I will captain Salah. If that's not the case, then I will stick with the Haaland captaincy. So yeah, that's the plan for Gaming 35 for me. Let's see what the press conferences bring today, and then tomorrow morning before the deadline I will give you guys my final team for Gaming 35, so make sure you tune in into that video. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a nice day today, nice Friday evening, and let's see what the Premier League will bring us for this weekend. Yeah, peace.